In this unit, we will look at the Boxplot. The Boxplot is a powerful tool we use to visually explore our data. It is actually used to graphically summarize the distribution of a set of continuous data. We also use it to show the shape of the data, the central tendency, and the variability of a data set. The Boxplot is actually a plot we use on quantitative data. This is a visual example of the Boxplot. You see that it has a box around it. From this tip here, down from here to this tip here, shows the data. They show the data. In some software packages, you may not see, when you plot your Boxplot, you may not see this line across like this. You may not see this line. For instance, if you do it in R, Minitab, they will not give you this line across. This is the way SPSS presents its own. So this up here is called the upper whisker, while this is called the lower whisker. This box is the interquartile range. It shows you where the data is much more clustered. If the data is clustered around this place, the box will come down. If it is around this place, it will go up if it is higher. So this thick line is the median, and this here is the first quartile, the Q1. The middle is the Q2, that is the median, the second quartile, while up here this line is the third quartile, that is the Q3. It also shows, this here shows also, this line shows the 25th percentile. The middle shows the 50th percentile, while this up here shows the 75th percentile. The three lines we have, this line, the middle, and this one, they all show that the data is divided into 4 parts. So this is what Boxplot is all about. If you look at this ring up here and this ring, they show anomalies, they show outliers. Outliers are data values that are outside the range of the data set. For example, you may collect the ages of your students, let's say students who are in 100 level, and you want to work on their age for something. Then when you get to a place where you want to make use of the data, you found out that there is a particular age there that is 12, or let's say 40. And in a 100 level class, you don't expect to have somebody whose age is 12 or whose age is 40. So those values become anomalies. They are outliers. So you'd want to go back to the class to verify if actually these students are the ages they recorded, or it was a mistake while they were recording it, or when somebody else recorded it. So when you verify, you'll be able to make the correction if it is true, if it's not true. But if it is true, then you may have to transform your data, that is standardize the data, to actually make use of it for it to become normal, because those values make the data not normal. So that is about the Boxplot. Let us move to apply to see. So we are going to use the same exercise that we used for the histogram, and we have this activity. It says use the Boxplot to visually explore the data. So for us to do that, let's move to Excel, where we have the data. Yours is in your exercise files folder. If you look into it, you see the data visualization file. Double click to open it and go to exercise 2. That is where we have this data. So we highlight the whole of the data and click copy to copy it. So we move to our SPSS. If yours is not opened, open yours. Right click and click paste. Let's move to the variable view to define everything. It says utility charge, electricity utility charge, right? So let's say EUC, electricity utility charge. Then we'll move to the label and write that out, label it exactly what it is. Electricity utility charge. So the measure, let me show you something. When you do not tell SPSS what measure the data is. Let's go straight to graphs, or move to data view to look at it, and click on graphs, click on chart builder. This is what it will tell you, because your level, your measure was not actually specified. It says proper measurement level is important for this procedure. Measurement level is unknown for one or more fields in a dataset. These fields can be assigned manually, or they can be assigned automatically by scanning the data. So whichever one you want now, you can say scan data, you can say assign manually. Let us scan data and see what SPSS can do, but don't always depend on this. It is good you do it manually, because you know at times it may read your data wrongly. But let's scan and see what happens. It has scanned it. So let's go to the variable view and see what happens. It has taken us actually to the chart builder, but let's close this, go to the variable view. It got it right that it is scale, because it is quantitative. But do not depend on this. Tell SPSS what the measure is. Very important. Okay, so let's go to our graphs, click on chart builder to do our box plot. So when the dialog box opens, when they open, you click on box down here, then drag this first one, because we're doing simple box plot. Drag it up and drop it here. Now drag the data, electricity, utility charge to the y-axis. For box plot, you don't drop it on the x-axis, you drop it on the y-axis. So click OK. We have our chart. This is the box plot. You see that we have no outliers. That's why there are no rings up here or down there. Our data is clustered much more about the middle of the whole thing, showing that this data is normal. If this box is down here, it's not normal. If the box is up there, it's not normal. See that it is quite in this, is exactly in the middle, just in the middle, and our median is just here. If we want to see the median, double click on it. It opens. You put your cursor on this on this thick line, click on it, then go to elements and click show data labels. When you do, it gives you the median, the middle value, the value where this whole thing is clustered. So this is the median value, 14,850. If you also want to change the color of this box, you click on it once, click on fill. Let's select any color of our choice. Let's go for this dark red, and click apply to apply it. If you also want to add pattern, you can change the color. If you click on, okay, still selected, you can click on fill, click white, go to pattern and change it to any pattern of your choice. Click apply, it turns to that pattern. So when you're done with all you want to do to it, you click this to close it. So you have your box plot, which you can output by copying it or using the export to any format you want. So this is how to do the box plot. It's a very wonderful tool to visualize your data. Thank you for being with me in this unit. Let's meet in the next unit.